What's going on, guys? Welcome back to this week's first only episode from the greatest podcast on Surf. I'm Ryan.
I'm Anthony.
And we got our weekly NFL division off-season breakdown into season breakdown. Looking at their schedules, looking at their win totals, giving our opinion on how well they did this off-season, on if they did, pretty shitty, pretty well.
Yeah.
Doing the NFC West this time. So we're looking at the San Francisco 49ers, Arizona Cardinals, Los Angeles Rams, and the Seattle Seahawks.
Don't forget to like the video. Please subscribe to the channel if you're new. It means a lot to us. If you guys are listening to this, follow us, rate us 5 stars. And as always, check out our sponsor, My Family's Business, Little Italy Pizza Shop. You know the deal. If you go in and show proof you're subscribed, if I'm there, I'll buy your meal personally. And if I'm not there, you are eligible for a massive discount off your already very cheap prices. Without further ado, we got arguably the worst team in football. We kind of talked about them last week, which I kind of wish we waited. But it's fine. We got the Arizona Cardinals that have absolutely nothing going for them. If I could imagine, they probably have one of the, if not the lowest over-under win total projections while Ryan's looking at it. But I think the Cardinals have absolutely nothing going for them at this current moment in time.
The Cardinals are at 4.5
Under.
On most sports books. On one of them, they're at 5.
Oh, way under.
But 4.5 is what it looks like. This Arizona Cardinals team, they're going to be without Kyler Murray for, I would say, some time. Their schedule is looking serviceable. They got Washington, Giants, Dallas, NFC East at the start. Then they got San Francisco, Cincinnati, Rams, Seattle, Baltimore, Cleveland. That's kind of a tough stretch. Atlanta, Houston, Los Angeles, Rams, Pittsburgh, and then they got San Fran, Chicago, Philadelphia, and Seattle. So it is looking like a tough game. They could beat Washington. It wouldn't shock me. Probably not with no Kyler. They can beat the Giants. They can.
No way.
They can beat Dallas too, because Kyler owes Dallas.
Kyler ain't playing.
If Kyler, they can beat the Rams twice. They can beat Atlanta. They can beat Houston. However, they probably won't. Let me see.
I mean,
Do you know a date on Kyler? 13 weeks removed from surgery on an ACL tear. 13 weeks is 3 months.
I feel like that was way longer ago. News, let's see.
Well, he might have waited to get to surgery. I think if you wait to get to surgery, it might be better.
The second story on Cardinals news is Caleb Williams already.
His estimated return date would be sometime in September, right at the start of the 2023 season.
Wow. I mean, if you're the Cardinals, obviously, you know where your team stands. There's absolutely no reason to rush Kyler back from this injury. There's no reason at all. They're not competing for nothing. From top to bottom, this roster is not very good.
This roster is horrible.
If we're being honest, I mean, obviously Kyler, who's probably the best player on this team. James Conner's your running back. Then your receiving room is terrible. Marquise Brown, Rondale Moore, and Greg Dortch, Zach Pascal, Auden Tate, Javon Wims. Their tight end room is good. Zach Ertz and Trey McBride. The O-line looks a little bit better. DJ Humphries, Paris Johnson is listed as a starting left guard. Hjalte Frodo, Patriots legend. Then you got Will Hernandez and Kelvin Beachum on the right side. Offense, not very good. Defense, Buda Baker asked for a trade. Isaiah Simmons, Kaiser White, BJ Ojolari, Zaven Collins. I mean, this team is not good by any means. I mean, if Kyler's healthy, if Kyler's back to 100%, sure, play him. But I don't see a reason why they, one, rush Kyler back, and two, I can see a world where they don't play him at all this season. Just because they have to know they're not competing for a playoff spot. With the way this roster is, I mean, even when Kyler was healthy last year, yes, he was without D-Hop for the first half of the season. Then he got injured after a few weeks with him.
Not to cut you off, but I think if Kyler Murray was healthy, this team could be a last wild card spot in the playoffs.
I mean, with how weak the NFC is, I understand. But at the same time, I mean, what? They're arguably the worst team in this division, even with Kyler. With a healthy Kyler, this team is arguably the worst in the division.
I think the Rams might give you a run for your money.
Yeah, but...
Wait until we talk about the Rams.
Oh, I can't wait. I already know where that's going.
I'm not even going to talk bad about Matt Stafford. I'm just going to talk about the rest of the team. Horrible.
But in terms of the Cardinals, you know what you got this year. You made some moves in the draft. You accumulated some draft picks. Kyler's coming off the injury. He's a mobile quarterback. Probably going to take some time to get back. That's why I'm saying don't rush him coming back at all. There's no reason to whatsoever. And kind of like we alluded to last week, the Cardinals could control the entire draft next year.
Yeah, the biggest thing for the Cardinals this season is probably just deciding on what they want to do. They got, 2 early first-round picks most likely because they traded with the Texans, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so they got 2 early first-round picks most likely. And those first-round picks could be, the best offensive lineman from Penn State and Marvin Harrison.
Yeah.
Or they could be Caleb Williams and Marvin Harrison. They have to make the decision this year if they want to rock with Kyler Murray, if they want to possibly try to trade Kyler Murray, if they want to trade that draft pick. They have to make the decision on what they want for their team. I'm not sure Caleb Williams is the answer. However, a rookie quarterback on a rookie deal that isn't coming off an ACL injury might not be the worst thing in the world. They are paying Kyler, I'm pretty sure.
There was a lot of dead cap.
Yeah.
I mean,
so they might
hypothetically, if they were to trade him this year, there would be $97.5 million dead cap. If they were to trade him next year, it would be $81.5 million. But the year after that, it's down to $33 million. So I mean,
they're kind of committed to Kyler. So
yeah. A trade looks very unlikely considering the money, and they probably wouldn't want to pay $97.5 million to trade Kyler. But, I mean, it's tough for the Cardinals. Like I've been saying, they know what they're going to get this season. They know the state of, yes, they helped the O-line some, but it's not much better. There's not a single playmaker on this offense. So, I mean, this is going to be a weird year for Cardinals and Cardinals fans, but it just all depends. The future's looking bright. 2 first-round picks and an extremely loaded draft class next year with one of the best offensive tackle prospects we've seen in a while, and Olu Fashanu probably, and Marvin Harrison, who's already generating top 3 draft pick hype.
And they could probably get more. They could probably get another one if they unload like a Buda Baker.
Yeah.
A team at the trade deadline might want a Buda Baker. Isaiah Simmons ain't going to get you a first, but it can get you a pretty good draft pick probably.
Yeah, and I mean, either way, say they are committed to Kyler and finish with the 1 pick.
You can pull the Chicago Bears.
Bring in the mother load, because I guarantee it'll be more expensive.
Yeah.
Than Bryce Young. Caleb Williams will be way more expensive than Bryce Young.
Yes. Caleb Williams is, yeah.
So it's like the Cardinals could control the entire first half of the draft next year, hypothetically.
They could control the whole offseason.
Yeah. Really, they could have. There's a lot of implications for this Cardinals team in terms of next offseason and next draft. So that's really all they got going for them. But yes, 4.5 wins, probably the under.
I wouldn't bet it, but it's going to be about right there.
Depending on the Kyler Murray health and all that stuff.
Probably just don't bet it.
Yeah. Then you got Ryan's Los Angeles Rams.
I'll pull up their win total first. It's probably horrible. Rams 6.5.
Damn.
Okay, so their lineup: Matt Stafford, Cam Akers, Cooper Kupp, Tyler Higbee. That's pretty solid.
Yeah.
But then we got Van Jefferson, Ben Skoranek, Joe Noteboom, Steve Avila, Brian Allen, Coleman Shelton, Rob Havenstein. Serviceable. Defensive side, just worse. Kobe Turner, Bobby Brown, Aaron Donald. Okay, he's sticking out like a sore thumb.
Yeah.
Byron Young, Ernest Jones, Christian Rosenboom, Michael Hoach, Robert Rochelle, Jordan Fuller, Russ East, and Kobe Durant. They sold out for their Super Bowl. They got their Super Bowl. And now you just have to live with the consequences.
With your 4-man team.
You might as well start Stetson Bennett at this damn point.
I mean,
see what the old kid got.
Matt Stafford, Cooper Kupp, Rob Havenstein, and Aaron Donald. Damn. Did they have any draft picks?
I would assume so. Because they just traded away Ramsey, right?
How many draft picks? So let's see what the Rams have in 2024. Round one, the Rams hold their own first. Okay, so they have a first round pick, but they haven't had one. They have a first, second, third.
Okay.
Okay, so they have all their draft picks pretty much, except a 6th round pick
Okay, so they're finally starting to get some
or a
draft
7th
capital.
round pick.
Yeah, that's
Yes,
fine.
Rams. God damn.
I mean, Steve Avila might be pretty good on the O-line. They just drafted him this year.
3rd round pick, I'm pretty sure, or
Second.
second round pick even.
You
Yeah.
know, Rob Havenstein is definitely serviceable.
Yeah.
So the O-line's probably better than it was last year.
Yeah. Not much when you still got Coleman Shelton.
And Joe Noteboom.
Yeah.
I don't even know who Joe Noteboom is.
Me neither. I know who Alaric Jackson is.
You know, they got Stetson Bennett and Zach Evans.
Are we really gonna do
Give them the
this?
keys.
Yeah, I mean, Cam Akers, Kyron Williams, Jesus. I mean, this Rams team, another team that has nothing going for him this year.
Just look at this dude's picture. Like, does he look like a rookie?
He didn't even graduate from Georgia. He still don't have a degree. He was there for 7 years.
Just get a degree in something.
Who do they got on their schedule?
Doesn't matter.
Yes.
Seattle, San Francisco, Cincinnati, Indy, Philly, Arizona, Pittsburgh, Dallas, Green Bay, Seattle, Arizona, Cleveland, Baltimore, Washington, New Orleans, New York, San Francisco.
6.5. How
Pretty
many
tough
games is Matt Stafford? How many games are Matt Stafford and Cooper Kupp winning you?
You got to hope that they're healthy the whole year with that offensive line, and you play some defenses.
Cincy, San Fran twice, Seattle, who's kind of back, Philly, Pittsburgh, Dallas, Green Bay,
All good defensive lines.
Cleveland, Baltimore,
New Orleans.
New Orleans.
They're still disgusting. I mean, they're just not a team you want to play. New York, the Giants.
With this team, 6.5 wins, I feel like the under is not a bad bet.
And Cooper Kupp just had surgery.
Assuming they stay healthy, I don't think they're winning 7 games. With that schedule, I mean, hypothetically, reasonably winnable games. One, got Indy,
Arizona.
Green
Bay's probably 50-50.
Green Bay,
But we'll count it.
Washington maybe, New Orleans maybe,
Arizona again.
then the Giants.
Giants are
Yeah, maybe. I mean, if you're counting Green Bay, I feel like you got to count the Giants just because I feel like they're similar to your team. I think the Giants are better, but
Daniel Jones just won him a playoff game.
yeah,
He's proved it.
I don't think this Rams
The
team.
Packers could be the Giants, but the Giants are the Giants. If that makes sense.
Yeah,
The
no,
Giants
that
are
makes sense.
the
Right. It would surprise me if this Rams team wins 7 games. I really, really like the under.
Yeah, I mean, they start off on a gauntlet. It wouldn't surprise me if they lost to Indy. You know what I mean? It wouldn't at all. They'll beat Arizona. You know what I mean? They'll probably beat them twice. It wouldn't surprise me if they lost to Green Bay and at Green Bay. It wouldn't at all.
In November.
Wouldn't surprise me if they lost to New Orleans. Wouldn't surprise me if they lost to Sam Howell's Washington.
I mean, they really could be 0
This could be the
They
worst
could be
team in football.
0-5 going into the Cardinals game.
This could be the worst team in football.
And that would be the best thing that could ever happen to the Rams. What is Matt Stafford's contract looking like while we're on the topic?
Might be his last year.
Really? Let's see.
This might be his last year.
No. He signed through 2026.
Oh, did they extend him?
Yep. He signed through 2026.
Why?
Holy shit. Hypothetically, they got this season $111.5 million dead cap. Next year, 91.5. 2025, 42.5. I mean,
That's what the lines. I'm trying to see his new contract. 4-year, $135 million. Right after the Super Bowl extension. So
yeah.
there's 160. It says 160 there. 120 in guarantees.
Damn.
So they're kind of off the books for Caleb. I mean, you can try to make it happen.
I mean, if you get the 1 pick, you have to.
If you need a quarterback and you get the one pick, yeah, you guys.
If the Rams finish with the number 1 pick, they have to draft Caleb Williams because you have what'll be 36-year-old Matt Stafford.
30-year-old Cooper Kupp.
Yeah, it's like you have to.
33-year-old Aaron Donald, who might retire at any given moment.
Yeah.
Who might say, I want to trade in any given moment.
Mm-hmm.
And the rest of the team is just...
Yeah. I mean, I kind of wish I didn't say what I said about the Cardinals, but this is a fucking bad football team. I don't know what I thought, but this is a very bad football team.
Worse team than the Cardinals with a healthier quarterback and a better star players with Aaron Donald and Cooper Kupp.
This is bad.
The Cardinals are definitely deeper with like a Buda Baker, because you're white, Isaiah Simmons.
Yeah.
Zayvon Collins.
I mean, the Cardinals' defense sucks, and this defense blows the Rams' defense out of the water. And with Aaron Donald being the only thing maybe keeping it close. It's bad. Next. Seattle Seahawks.
Their over-under win total is sitting at... Where can I see them?
Probably down more, or is it not in alphabetical order?
I don't think so. No, it's not. 8.5. 8.5 or 9, depending on which sports book you look at. Schedule: Rams, Detroit, Carolina, New York. That could be 4 now.
Yeah.
Cincinnati after a bye week, so wouldn't surprise me. I'm not going to count it. Arizona, Cleveland, Baltimore, Washington, Rams, San Fran, Dallas, San Fran, Philly, Tennessee, Pittsburgh, Arizona.
I'm counting about 9-10. I mean, because what? Arizona twice, Tennessee probably, maybe Pittsburgh, probably the Rams twice,
maybe Dallas, maybe San Francisco.
Detroit,
they could beat San Francisco one of those
Carolina.
times.
That's 8 right there, not including the Giants, Dallas, like you said. I mean, they're probably a 9-10 win team. They got a little bit of a gauntlet toward the middle.
Right there.
Yeah,
That's
4 weeks 12 through 15. You got San Fran, Dallas, San Fran, Philly.
Tennessee might be something.
Then Pittsburgh and Arizona.
It's a pretty easy schedule.
Yeah.
Through and through.
I mean, Detroit is probably going to be a tough game. The Giants probably will be tougher. I don't think
that's a beautiful start right there.
Oh my God, yeah. Groove right back into it with the Rams. They could start out 4-0 going into their bye, which is good.
It's an early bye, but that's
it's like
beautiful.
After the bye week, it's like every other game. Like Cincy tough, Arizona easy, Cleveland tough, Baltimore tough, Washington middle, Rams easy. It's like
tough. Yeah, they get tough right there in the middle. But schedule overall is pretty easy, and the team that they got,
they've done it right, surprisingly.
50-50. They have drafted running backs.
Yeah.
That's not just one. That's 2. So they have Geno Smith at quarterback. He's proved that he's, worth another start.
Mm-hmm.
Kenneth Walker and Zach Charbonnet have running back positions.
For fantasy, I hate it.
Yeah. I mean, they invested in it heavy. They're probably going to do the 1-2 punch.
Mm-hmm.
Pete Carroll's not scared of it at all, but Chris Carson, Thomas Rawls, and
Chris Carson, Rashad Penny.
Yep, that's right. Receiving corps, solid. DK Metcalf, Tyler Lockett, Jackson Smith and Jigba, solid.
Noah Fant showed
Noah Fant, Will Disley, solid.
Mm-hmm.
Offensive line, Charles Cross, Damian Lewis, Evan Brown, Phil Haynes, Abraham Lucas. Could be better, could be worse. Left side solid.
I like Damian Lewis, but the interior could still use some work maybe, but they really weren't that awful last year. They run
definitely better than Russell Wilson's.
It's good because they run outside the tackles a lot, which helps out a ton.
Well, Zach Charbonnet is not going to be running outside the tackles.
I understand, but
defensive side.
I don't know why I thought this defense was a lot better.
Draymond Jones, Brian Moon, Jerron Reed, Darrell Taylor, Jordan Brooks.
Bobby Wagner's back there? Huh.
Bobby Wagner, Uchenna Nwosu.
You forgot Devin Bush.
No, geez, they have Devin Bush and Bobby Wagner. Talk about lose a step. Devin Witherspoon, Jamal Adams, Quandre Diggs, and Tariq Woolen with Kobe Bryant. Artie Burns. Trey Brown.
Boomer.
Secondary solid.
V.I. Jones.
Secondary
What a name.
solid, and linebackers are pretty good.
V.I. Jones.
Defensive line could use some work.
Yeah. Surprised that wasn't more of a focal point of this offseason for them, considering Pete Carroll's track record of kind of building through the trenches and loving to invest and to build a good, hard-nosed offensive and defensive line, which he's kind of steered away from. He's kind of taken
away from that.
He's kind of taken the same approach in terms of what they've drafted and what they've wanted to acquire.
He's never done that with offensive line.
With a lot of playmakers. You look at the JSN draft pick, the Kenneth Walker, Zach Charbonnet draft pick, the Jamal Adams acquisition, Devin Witherspoon with a top 5 pick. I mean,
2 lockdown corners
yeah,
with a solid linebacking core.
with pretty good safeties as well.
Yeah.
I mean, this Seahawks team could be really good. They could easily win this division. Just depends on what San Francisco's got going on at quarterback.
Yeah.
Which is, I guess, what we're about to dive into.
Over under for their win total. We both said probably over.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Who
I'd
you
probably put
liking
him at
for
around
fantasy this year for them? Because obviously the Cardinals and the Rams don't really have shit.
Geno Smith is probably the only person I like for fantasy.
Really?
As if you're in a super flex league, Geno Smith, I would love to have him as my QB2.
Yeah.
He can be a back end QB1 most weeks. If we're talking about I don't know if I can trust the DK when you got Tyler Lockett and JSN. DK would be my top receiver, obviously, out of the group.
Really?
He's going to finish the highest.
Yeah.
JSN might be a good late pick because he might. Geno's probably the only person that's going to do good in fantasy on a consistent basis from this league.
I can see that. And with the running backs, I mean, it's just tough with them drafting Zach Charbonnet so high.
They could also run the ball a lot because Seattle has done that before, and Geno could suck.
That's true.
Do you want to do the other teams real quick? Rams, Cooper Kupp.
Yeah. Cardinals, literally no. Maybe James Conner, just because they'll probably be running the ball a lot. But
He'll get the ball a lot.
yeah, but that's I didn't really ask when we had them, just because there's really nobody.
San Francisco 49ers. Let's see what their win total is. 10.5.
Ooh, I gotta look at the schedule.
They say Brock Purdy might be ready week 1.
And if
Sounds
he
like
is,
that's his goal is to be ready week 1.
and they said if he is ready week 1, he is QB1.
Pittsburgh, Los Angeles, New York, Arizona, Dallas, Cleveland, Minnesota, Cincinnati, Jacksonville, Tampa Bay, Seattle, Philly, Seattle, Arizona, Baltimore, Washington, LA.
I can't tell if their schedule's easy or hard.
I say pretty damn easy.
Yeah.
Pittsburgh, it's not an easy game. It's not the hardest. Rams, pretty easy. Giants, same as Pittsburgh. Arizona, I'm not worried about Minnesota. Never will be. Jacksonville, it's not the easiest game, but it's not. They're not going to hurt you.
Yeah.
Tampa Bay, easy game. Seattle, the only one of them. Arizona again. Washington, LA. I think it's because they're in that division where we play the Cardinals and you play the Rams 4 times.
Yeah.
So that's taking out a bulk of the pain right there.
Now it's just a fact of the quarterback controversy they could have brewing. Because
More of an injury controversy, not quarterback controversy.
you traded up a lot to bring in Trey Lance with the 3rd overall pick. He gets hurt. Brock Purdy comes in, leads you to the NFC Championship.
He's expected to start game 1.
Wow.
Brock Purdy continuing to progress ahead of track.
Damn.
Still taking it slow, but he's he's on pace, ahead of pace.
So Brock Purdy,
Trey
QB1 of the San Francisco 49ers.
Sam Darnold.
What are they going to do with Trey Lance?
I'd trade him.
Why not?
I'm sure there's a team that could use him.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't really know who. Tampa?
No, they got Baker.
How far?
It's tough because, yes, they have Brock Purdy, but they have so much capital in Trey Lance. Yes, I get what Brock Purdy did. You have to start him, but at the same time, you could make we have to start the Trey Lance argument. Like,
I could see, trade deadline, a veteran wants out, and Brock Purdy's healthy, Sam Darnold's looking okay at the backup. You trade Trey Lance for a veteran that wants out at the trade deadline, and you help out your team right then and there.
Yeah, it's just they have a lot of capital at quarterback.
Aaron Donald wants out at the trade deadline. You send him Trey Lance.
The Rams will be crazy.
Eric Armstead, Nick Bosa, Javon Hargrave, and Aaron Donald.
With Fred Warner, Char Ward, Talanoa Hufanga on the back end.
Literally not possible.
No way. It's just... Damn. It's just...
The offensive line looks like it took a little bit of a hit.
Well, yeah, they lost Mike McGlinchey, is that his name? He went to Denver, out of all places. I could have swore he was going to go to Chicago, but yeah, it's the Niners are. Guess they got their QB1 in Brock Purdy. What are they going to do with Trey Lance? That is the big question. Comment below what you guys think they're going to do with Trey Lance. You know what they got on the offense: the Christian McCaffrey, Eli Mitchell 1-2 punch. Debo, Brandon Ayuk as their top 2 receivers. Willie Snead is still in the NFL.
Daz Newsome.
Yeah.
Chris Conley.
You got Kittle at tight end. Juszczyk at the fullback. The O-line, you have Trent Williams and Aaron Banks. They've developed some pretty good O-linemen there, so I really ain't worried about it. Then the defense is where they hang their head. Drake Jackson, they bought in Javon Hargrave. They have Javon Kinlaw and Eric Armstead. Cleveland Farrell's on this team. Nice.
They could bring out the best in him, probably.
Yeah.
If there's anybody that's going to do it, it's probably them. Austin Bryant, too.
Yeah.
Are they bringing back that D-line?
Yeah. With Dre Greenlaw, Fred Warner.
They're bringing back that Clemson D-line.
Yeah, they are. The Niners, probably the best team in the division. Brock Purdy had a good year last year. Carried them to the NFC Championship, You have your backup in Trey Lance, who you traded up a lot of capital to get and used a top 3 pick on. Then you got Sam Darnold, a former top draft pick as well. You have a lot of capital at quarterback, a lot of capital on the offense until you get to the O-line, and a lot of capital on the defense. What was their over-under win total?
10.5, 11.5.
Damn, that's like
10.5.
10.5. Okay.
I'm going to take the over.
10.5.
I wouldn't bet it because you don't know the quarterback situation, but assuming Brock Purdy plays week 1, I'll take the over.
Yeah.
Fantasy-wise, McCaffrey, always.
Yeah.
Debo, I think he bounces back a little bit. Don't draft him too early. Don't draft him like the Debo of last year where you took him second round.
How do you feel about Kittle? Because I don't know.
Tight ends suck, so Kittle's a good one. But don't overdraft him. Don't pick him in the third like elite tight ends are going because he's not worth it.
There's literally one surefire tight end, and it's Travis Kelce.
And Mark Andrews is probably the clear 2. But it's a fall off for sure.
But in terms of pure football, you could argue Kittle's the best.
Yes.
But we won't do that here. Division ranking predictions.
San Fran, Seattle. San Fran, Seattle.
You got 2 playoff teams and 2 top 5 draft pick teams.
Yep. It's really just which way you want to spin it.
Yeah.
I'll take Cardinals, Rams. But I don't know. Unless Stetson Bennett starts, then I'll go with the Rams at 3.
I want to say Seattle so bad, but with how good Brock Purdy was last year, I don't think I can justifiably say Seattle's going to finish better than the Niners. So I like what you said in terms of the Niners, Seahawks, Cardinals, Rams. I think you could interchange the Rams and Cardinals pretty easily, and no one would really argue with you about it.
If you're arguing that, then you're bored.
Yeah. But yeah, comment below what you guys think. Don't forget to like the video, subscribe to the channel if you're new, and we'll see you guys next time.
See ya.
Peace.